let's get to the college football media bracket. Tim, we take the world by storm. We had some upsets this weekend. Got some retweets. Shout out to the media that have been retweeting. It's pretty cool to have that happen. Some likes on it. But we have to decide the second round because we got to get to the Sweet 16 matchup. And don't worry, NCAA. I'm spelling sweet SUITE so I don't get sued like DraftKings did today because the NCAA loves paying lawyers. So they're just going to do a lawsuit. Let's talk about the round of 32 and where it's at. If you don't know who advanced, we're going to share on our screen. Another reason we'll watch on YouTube and Spotify. You can go to our Twitter page where you're going to vote on the Sweet 16 matchups, but Tim and I are going to decide who moves on to the Sweet 16 because I planned this out poorly. So we are going to take a look at this. This is the Rose Regional. I'm going to zoom in here for the people. These are the people that advanced for a few wins and upsets and all that stuff. This is the Rose. Kirk Herbstreit, the 1 seed in the Rose Regional, beat White Boy Rick. One of our first interviews. White Boy Rick does not advance. I'm a little sad about it, Tim. Any reaction to the people that advanced in this region?
I think it's a popularity contest, so White Boy Rick 100%. Will get there someday. But it's hard to beat Kirk Herbstreit and his golden retrievers. You can't beat the personality and his dogs is tough.
I think for now on in the graphics, I'm gonna just put his dogs as Kirk Herbstreit representation. T-Bob, the host of Wake Up Barstool, beat out Bill Conley. So the nerds, it was a nerdy matchup. T-Bob is quite the nerd, but like Bill Conley's like a math nerd, doesn't advance, kind of surprising to me. T-Bob's not really well known because he was like a regional guy, but now he's a national guy. Laura Rutledge beats out Ross Dellinger. There's Everything's Right in America. Tom Fornelli smokes Pete Thamel. No breaking news on that one. Big game Bob. Big Game Boomer beats out Urban Meyer, and Joel Klatt smokes Adam Brenneman, who I don't even know, but Twitter the AI told me to put him in a top bracket. You don't seem to know who that guy is either. I don't think most of our I think he does like the facility tours, like on YouTube. I don't know. It's not been. I don't watch him. Yeah, Brett McMurphy, who people don't like, beat out Stuart Mandel, who people don't like. So that was who I like the least. And then Chip Patterson with a big upset over Dave Portnoy. I think he got the Tom Fornelli bump for Tom Fornelli retweeting this ours thing. All right, Tim, let's talk about this. Who is going to be your pick in the first round of the 1 versus 8 matchup? And just so you know, if Tim and I tie, we are going to call somebody to break our tie at the end. So we're going to wait to get through them all and then call somebody. So, all right, who do you got?
This is still Kirk Herbstreit.
Chalk. Okay. I think so too. I think there are other Barstool personalities I might put above Kirk Herbstreit, but I'm going to go with Kirk as well. This one, she's no longer on SEC, doing the SEC hosting, not focused on college football. I think Tom Fornelli's got to go into the Sweet 16 on this.
Yeah, this is easy. Sorry, Laura Rutledge. Great on NFL content, host of NFL Live, but college football isn't really her domain. So Tom.
I think this is going to be a strong Sweet 16, to be honest with you, because I think I know how the other two are going to go. Why don't you go ahead and pick the next one?
Joel Klatt over Big Game Boomer. Joel Klatt, easily like one of my favorite college football personalities. Really well done, both on his podcast and calling games.
Yeah, Joel Klatt, Big Game Boomer is 1 win away. Like he doesn't really do his little rankings anymore. Like he got signed by somebody and then never was heard from again. So I'm surprised that he got put into this bracket in the first place. And then Joel Klatt, like you said, Joel Klatt's been all in on Indiana. He's a big Big Ten guy and seems to have his pulse on things. I've been impressed with his coverage. So I agree with you on the Joel Klatt. This one might be closer for some people. I'm going to Brett McMurphy, Chip Patterson. I'm picking this one first. I'm going to go with Chip Patterson because Brett McMurphy is
dumbass. That's what he
dumbass.
is.
And only tends to, he's kind of like are you taking Chip? I take
Yes, I hate Brett McMurphy. Idiot. Every time he tweeted out, this is what I was holding back on. We were like, oh, we're gonna have to talk about like some people. Brett McMurphy, Ole Miss's record against the top 25. Look at the SEC games in top 25. Like, just the dumbest analytics of everything are Brett McMurphy tweets. F that guy.
Okay. So those of you listening, Chip Patterson moves on. So we got a 1 seed in Kirk Herbstreit, the 13 seed in Tom Fornelli, the 3 seed in Joel Klatt, and the 15 seed in Chip Patterson. So the cover 3 guys moving on to the next round. We got an ESPN Titan and a Fox Titan moving on as well. So it's going to be an interesting matchup. And just a reminder, the Sweet 16 winners are going to be chosen by the people. So we'll put out a poll with the matchup so that you all decide who wins these Sweet 16 matchups. Let's move on to the Fiesta region, Tim. Rhett Lewis upsets Paul Feinbaum. Oh, sweet justice. Upsets Paul Feinbaum. Marty Smith's led out of Oxford, Mississippi, and beats out Heather, that one person, IU grad. The only IU grad that didn't get hardly any votes, Heather Dinich. Bud Elliott, though he blocked us and blocked most of the Indiana fan base, which is most of our listeners, Bud Elliott beats Taylor Lewan out. Robert Griffin III with a win, and I clicked out of who he beat. So we're just going to ignore it, and I'll come back to that. Molly McGrath beats out Greg McElroy. No, that's not his name. Why do I think that's the golfer all of a sudden?
Rory McIlroy is the golfer.
Rory McIlroy. Is it Greg McElroy, the Alabama quarterback?
They're spelled differently.
Sorry. I had a brain fart.
No,
sorry about that. I won't clip that. Molly McGrath beats out I think they're on the same crew, so that gets a little awkward.
Yes.
Robert Griffin III beat out Dennis Dodd. And by the way, Dennis Dodd retired, and I didn't know that. The AI put him in there, and it's retired. So he's not even active. So Robert Griffin III marches on. Tim Tebow beats out Jake Butt. Jake Butt had like this like small subset of fans that were like trying to promote him. And so it got close, but Tim Tebow moved on. And then the next, Brandon Walker absolutely crushed Danny Cannell, even though he was down most of the time. Brandon Walker had the most votes of anyone in this bracket. And then finally, Josh Pate beats out College Football with Sam and moves on into the second round. I think there could be some close ones here. I think it's an interesting pool that we got, but let's go ahead and go. Tim, I think it's you first for Rhett Lewis and Marty Smith.
Marty's. God, this is hard. This is actually hard for me. Marty Smith is it's funny the situations he's in. And it's very funny because he has a thick Southern accent. And when he's in there going, Coach, I don't know how you feel about the turnovers down there at the goal line, but he's going to ask these questions, these coaches. I do like Rhett Lewis a lot. I think we're seeing more of his stuff. BTN has put him out more. Big Red Carpet Podcast is great. I'll move Rhett Lewis along in terms of analysis. Because Marty Smith, we're not getting as much personality. It's just he's always in some clips that I find.
I find Marty Smith, like, I think it's authentic.
Yes.
But he makes me question how authentic it is.
It's like, funny because I do remember Marty Smith getting hired. I believe his first thing at ESPN was when ESPN briefly was into NASCAR and was like trying to build that audience. And he was like a NASCAR reporter. And then they're like, well, we got rid of NASCAR. Marty, how about you cover Southern college football? Because you sound like you live in the South.
Yeah, I would actually McGee. What's his Marty McGee?
Marty McGee, yeah.
No, Marty and McGee is the radio show. McGee has a different first name. Ryan McGee.
Is Ryan McGee. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I like him more than Marty, but I didn't choose this bracket. I did choose this bracket, but I let AI choose this bracket. So Rhett Lewis moves on, and I agree with you. Rhett's been doing a lot more. Indiana winning is helping his career, which is not a bad thing. Bud Elliott and Robert Griffin III.
This is Bud Elliott.
Oh, that's actually my pick. I'm gonna pick Bud Elliott, even though he blocks us. Bud Elliott, I know Indiana fans hate him, and I get annoyed by him too. But I understand his worldview, and when I understand his worldview, it gets me to a place where I can be okay with Bud Elliott, and I like his analysis. So I'm gonna go with Bud Elliott.
Yeah,
your pick.
Yep, okay. Exactly. Same thing.
We have groupthink. We're not even going to have a tie.
We'll get that. We still have 2 more regions to go. we'll have some.
Tim Tebow, Molly McGrath.
I think I got to go Tebow. I'm not sideline reporter guy. No offense to Molly McGrath, but like, it's a tough job. They make them do stupid interviews with coaches, like right after a game or at halftime, where coaches don't want to talk at all. They barely want to talk in the normal press conference time throughout the week. I like sideline reporters. I could really take them or leave them. If you told me they were gone entirely, I wouldn't miss any of them. They're nice people, I'm sure. Like whatever, they have a tough job, but at least I'm getting game analysis from Tebow.
We're gonna get our first tie because it's not so much that I like Molly McGrath, it's that I can't stand Tim Tebow. I just like his whole thing just drives me insane.
Oh, Tim Tebow will not be making the Final Four in the Kirkwood and Dunn bracket. I can put it that way, but in this matchup, I'll still take Tebow.
All right, we got our first tie, so we'll call our guest or get a guest on the phone. Brandon Walker, Josh Pate. This is my first pick here. Josh Pate is, I don't understand how he's gotten popular, except that he kisses the ass of everybody. He just sucks up the SEC fan bases and SEC coaches, gets his access. We saw that play out this offseason, and it blew up in his face. Brandon Walker, while hated, is playing
also
a role.
Hated, yeah.
Is playing a role. And he's a heel. If you know anything about Brandon Walker, he loves wrestling, and he's playing that heel role and wants to take hard positions and then like double down on them, which he did. He came back and apologized for the Kurt Signetti talk. I accept his apology. I think Brandon Walker is way more entertaining than Josh Pate. I'm taking Brandon Walker to upset Josh Pate in this round.
And I'd agree. I think he actually knows more ball. I think he watches way more football. I think Josh Pate is more so of a actual media caricature. Like he's playing a role more than Brandon Walker is playing a role. Like Josh Pate is just trying to make, he knows how to cut a 30-second clip, for YouTube, for Fox, for ESPN, whatever else. So I'll take Brandon Walker.
What network is he actually on?
Well, now he's doing ESPN stuff. Yeah. But he was on his.
Nope. He's listed on 3.
Well, but he is on ESPN. I guarantee.
I know. That's what's good.
Okay.
I know.
Like, that's right. What I'm saying. Yeah.
But this is my point. He's on everything. It's annoying.
He's not on any other television. He's not on a Fox thing, right? So his broadcast television ties are to ESPN, but he's on Bussin' with the Boys and doing FanDuel stuff. He has branched out into lots of other little pockets as well.
Yeah. I'm glad he's out of our. Now I can unfollow him from the Kirkwood and Dunn account, which I'm very excited about. All right. Sugar region, Liam Blutman with an upset of what I thought was probably going to win. And I think if Tim and I were choosing the bracket, we probably would have moved Pat McAfee on instead of Liam Blutman. But Blutman wins. Blut stand up. Nicole Auerbach is the reason why I can't talk to my wife about the bracket anymore, because she's a big Holly Rowe fan, and Nicole Auerbach beat out Holly Rowe. But maybe she might get some respect from Tim because she's not a sideline reporter. Will Compton beats out Ari Wasserman. And the Sicko Committee beats out the recruiting analyst Steve Wiltfong from Indianapolis. Was actually kind of surprised by that because I didn't think people would know who the Sickos Committee was. Casey Smith beating out David Pollock, and Ralph D. Russo upsets Colin Cowherd, which I don't even really know why he was in the bracket in the first place because he's not really a college football guy. Staples beats out Heisman winner Matt Leinart. Andy Staples now gets number 11 at USC. And Chris Fowler beats out Joshua Perry and probably one of the biggest beatdowns of the first round. Then reaction to this bracket, and then you can go ahead and pick Liam Blutman or Nicole Auer.
This is easily Liam Blutman. Committee messed this up in terms of seeding. Like, Liam Blutman started the No Context College Football Twitter account and ran that one of the best Twitter accounts there was, in terms of college football content. And again, I'm not a sideline person. Nicole Auerbach, good at her job. Actually, she is doing more.
She's not. That's my
point. She does studio stuff, but
she's a reporter.
She'll be in the studio a little bit more. But give me Liam Blutman. There's way too much ball knowledge there, so I'll take Blutman for sure.
Nicole Auerbach, easy. This is my first contentious. You were totally wrong about this. Nicole Auerbach is not a sideline reporter. I don't know if she's ever even been a sideline reporter.
No, she definitely.
She is a reporter of college football for NBC and is a studio analyst. Nicole Auerbach. Yeah, she's awesome. Sorry, Liam, but no. All right, Will Compton, Sickos and Sicko Committee. I'm going to take Will Compton. Sicko's Committee, I don't even know who runs it. I don't listen to their podcast. I don't do anything with them. Social media is funny, but I'm going to take Will Compton. It's just a Nebraska type weekend. Who are you taking?
Yeah, I like Sicko's Committee. Honestly, way more fun. Will Compton, I could pretty much take it or leave it. If he stopped doing college football content, I would not miss it. I'd be fine.
Fair. Casey Smith, Ralph D. Russo. Tim, your first pick. And by the way, Casey Smith used to be a sideline reporter. And now she hosts the Barstool show, college football show.
Well, considering I don't know who Ralph D. Russo is, I'm going to take Casey Smith. You've also spelled Casey the wrong way up here.
Yeah,
she spells it K-A-Y-C. Right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I had to fix that on one of my brackets. So there we go. Got to make sure I get that right. Thank you. Thank you for making sure that's right. Yeah, Casey Smith. I can't stand her Texas A&M fandom. It's very annoying because Texas A&M, but when they lose, it's hilarious. So, that's kind of how that goes. Yeah. People that are passionate about their team, when they lose and I don't root for their team, it's funny to watch them be sad about it. So Casey Smith, moving on. Andy Staples and Chris Fowler. It's me first. Yeah, yes. It's me first. Sorry. I'm going to take Andy Staples. I actually like
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Because Chris Fowler is just a play-by-play guy. I don't even think he's the best play-by-play.
No, he definitely is. What? You're going to pick Gus Johnson over him?
No.
Wait, Sean McDonough?
No.
Who's your Brad Nessler?
No.
Who is your number one play-by-play guy?
Noah Eagle is the best play-by-play.
Oh, get out of here. Noah Eagle just started drinking alcohol last year. What are you talking about?
And
that kid's 23. No way.
He's so good. He's so good.
Oh, pass.
Yes. Okay, so we're tying.
Unbelievable. Right. If our tiebreaker person does not join me in picking Chris Fowler, I am going to be putting this bracket on notice. Unbelievable.
All right, let's move to the Peach region. Just think, about 10 minutes ago, I said that we didn't have any ties. Now it's all ties. Tim was right once again. All right. Big Cat moves on before Brandon Marcello. Dan Wetzel upsets J.D. Pickle. Stanford Steve with an upset against Mark Ingram. Cole Kubelik does America a favor and knocks out Clay Travis. Bruce Feldman beats Joey Galloway. Jenny Dell beats Desmond Howard. And you better drop your sideline reporter take because she is the host of Campus Eats. The Bear beats out Brady Quinn, and Reese Davis beats out Chris Hummer. I don't really know who Chris Hummer is, so I was kind of excited about that. All right, Tim, Big Cat, Dan Wetzel.
Big Cat, easily.
Yeah, I agree.
Best.
Yeah, that was the quickest one in my opinion.
Yep.
All right, Cole Kublik and Stanford Steve. Now, I will note Cole Kublik did retweet us this morning, so just putting that out there.
Who are you picking? You keep forgetting the rotation on that.
I'm so sorry. Yes, you're right. Because usually, sorry, my job is usually to set you up, and that's usually what I'm doing. Okay, so I'm gonna take Stanford Steve, even though Cole Kublik is in the hospital this morning. He is literally, he has kidney stones at Disney. He retweeted us, and then he posted a photo of him having kidney stones. He was playing hurt. He got the upset, beat Clay Travis, and I'm still picking Stanford Steve.
Yeah,
I feel terrible.
It's a tough matchup. Stanford Steve also poorly seeded by the AI committee in here. I love Stanford Steve as a 12 seed. He could be in the championship game for me.
Yes.
Yeah. Sorry. Okay. What's our next one?
Bruce Feldman and Jenny Dell.
Okay, I'll go Jenny Dell just to be supportive here. I could care less about either of these two people. I don't hate either of them. I think Bruce Feldman's kind of fine. Some of his reporting's pretty good. Sure, Jenny Dell. I can't have everybody calling me out for not voting any women forward either. So I will support Jenny Dell.
Jenny Dell, Campus Eats, the Big Ten show, is awesome. I love that show so much. And so I have a picture with Jenny Dell from the Texas A&M game. Big fan of hers. Gonna move Jenny Dell on as well. So thank you for doing that. All right, this is my pick. Reese Davis versus the Bear. I'm gonna go with Reese Davis, and the reason why I'm going with Reese Davis is because of the Bears' annoying Miami fan. It was so annoying.
This is a tough one for me because Reese Davis is an Alabama grad and had many comments about Indiana over the past 2 years. Now, he would be a lot more professional about it and sly and whatever else, because he was letting, Herbstreit or somebody else say, oh, they're, let's see when they get to the big boys. Let's see, blah, blah, blah. Let's see how they deal with the pressure. But he also was pretty big on no, I'm not a believer. This is not really ever going to happen. But Chris Felica was also way more well, Miami, do you think they can contend with, Fletcher as a running back? I was like, Fletcher's fine, but he's not Barry Sanders. What are you talking about? Ruben Bain is good, but Ruben Bain was terrible 2 years ago. So I'm glad he got better, but let's stop treating him like he's Reggie White or something. This is I'll take Reese Davis because I do think when I think of college football, I think of him hosting game day, which he's done now for a long time over Fowler, which I can't believe you didn't want to pick Fowler, but I'll continue on with Reese Davis because outside of his sly Indiana hate, I do think he is a good voice of college football and represents the entire sort of sport pretty well.
Okay. We are going to break some ties here if this person's still available, because I told them 11 o'clock. Can you hear this? All right. They're not going to be able to hear you. So you can have all your reactions that you want. This is what happens when I try to predict how long our first opening segment's going to take. No, Tim. We gotta get a tiebreaker. Oh, do I dare do this?
Who are our 3 ties? Who are our ties again? I think it was 3, right? Let's review for the people.
Our ties are Tim Tebow, Molly McGrath, Liam Blutman, Nicole Auerbach, Will Compton, Sicko's Committee, Andy Staples, Chris Fowler.
Yeah.
Is our ties.
4 ties.
I'm not going to get anyone that answers the phone. This is what happens when you record on Sunday morning. People are at church, man.
Not us.
The person you have called is not a...
My wife didn't even answer the phone. That was the second call.
Why don't we
surprise call?
Well, let's just make a change of plans and do the ties as a vote poll, you know? Like,
I'm going to call one last person. And then we can do the ties. Like, who got the most votes is what you're saying?
Yeah, or like just a different, Twitter poll. Like, we're making up the bracket anyway. We can also make up and change the rules as we go on. This is not the Kirkwood and Dunn, integrity bracket.
Oh man, you're right. Okay, let's do that. This is terrible. Trying to break our bracket.
It's not terrible. It's our own made up bracket with our own made up rules. Like
we've already changed twice, and now we're gonna change them. Okay, so the tiebreakers.
Think anybody cares if we're changing the rules?
So you want to go by percentage?
I could care less what we go by. I think we could do it all kinds of ways. We could do live rock paper scissors over the video call. Like.
Let's see. I got to find our polls. Let's go by how much they won in the first round.
Just their raw vote total count I think would probably be the best. The most fair and our most made up lopsided bracket of rules.
The problem is I'm not you talk about the worst podcast ever. To do vote counts, you have to divide the number of votes by the percentage of what they won.
Why? Why? Why not?
Twitter polls don't list vote counts. They list percentages.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
I've had,
or do it like my margin of victory, right? What is the percentage difference? And somebody won by 4% or 6%. Like, I don't know.
The thing is like,
or pull it up by everybody, whoever has the most Twitter followers on their own accounts. Like, we can make up all of the rules we want to split up these ties. Like.
The thing is, that's so unfair.
It's not. It's a made-up bracket to begin with.
I don't care. I'm trying to keep the purity of the bracket.
There is no purity. You had AI seed people. There's no purity.
That is purity. That's a random chance. I'm calling one more person. What about if I'm having an emergency upstairs?
Yeah, this is not good. Not good for the emergency contacts.
Okay, I need you to just pick these people real quick. You're being recorded right now. Okay, just tell me right off the bat. If you don't know who they are, just pick somebody. All right, even though I know you know. Tim Tebow or Molly McGrath? Molly McGrath. Moving on, Tim. Oh, I think Tim doesn't like sideline reporters, by the way. He said that. Sexist.
He doesn't like women?
Yep, that's what he said.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Right. Nicole Auerbach or Liam Blutman? Nicole Auerbach does the NBC studio analyst, and Liam Blutman is, you know who Liam Blutman is.
Do I? I don't think I know either of them.
Okay, well, you got to pick.
I'll go Liam.
Oh, no. Tim, I was pretty passionate about Nicole Auerbach, but Tim went with Liam Blutman. Will Compton or a Twitter account called the Sicko Committee?
Go Will Compton.
Will Compton, Nebraska moving on. Sorry, Tim. And then Andy Staples or Chris Fowler?
Chris Fowler's the guy that does it with Herbstreit?
Yep.
I'll pick him.
Yeah, I knew that was going to happen. Tim was very upset if Andy Staples won. So that was work. Okay, our last one is, that was our last one. Okay, thank you, Marissa, for being our tiebreaker. We were going to have to do math on the podcast, so it saved us a few minutes. Appreciate that, and we might need you in the future.
Sounds good.
All right, bye. All right, Tim.
You were going all along about the integrity of the bracket, and it's going off of you call your wife and her picking between things she doesn't know at all.
So Tim doesn't like.
Who cares about the integrity? We could have made anything up. We could have flipped a coin.
My wife knows ball and watches a lot of these people. She has her own opinions.
She does. Great.
That was the most diversity that we've ever had on this podcast. A non-white male opinion, and Tim is up in arms.
Unbelievable.
Okay, to recount for the Sweet 16 matchups, it's going to be Kirk Herbstreit versus Tom Fornelli, Joel Klatt versus Chip Patterson, Rhett Lewis versus Bud Elliott, Molly McGrath versus Brandon Walker, Liam Blutman versus Will Compton, Casey Smith versus Chris Fowler, and Big Cat versus Stanford Steve, and Jenny Dell versus Reese Davis. That is going to be our Sweet 16s. Those are going to be out on Monday. Tim, you and I now have lost power over the bracket. It's up to the people of what they decide. We are going to vote on Monday, Tuesday, and announce the winners on our Wednesday night podcast. And then we'll do the Elite Eight for Thursday, Friday, Saturday into next Sunday. Tim, that was chaos there at the end, trying to choose that bracket, but it's okay. We're moving on. Now I have less people that I have to make graphics for, which is very exciting.
Just another reason why you stick around for the end of Kirkwood and Dunn. You never know what's going to happen.
No one listened to that part. It's totally fine.
Great.
Follow Tim at DB Hoosiers. Follow me at ST McGee. Enjoy the tournament. Go Hoosiers.